Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Today we're at North Hills Country Club, where recently there was an event held, actually the first annual Veterans Appreciation Day. The members of North Hills getting together with 19 members of the Eastern Amputee Golf Association, all of them veterans of the military service, and all of them sharing that common bond of injury and recovery, and how golf has played a major part in their recovery and their lives going forward. You'll hear their stories and see their games next on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGA Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life, and Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
Got a young golfer in the family? Whether their dream is to grab a national ranking or just have more fun on the golf course, sign them up for the Philly PGA Junior Tour this summer. It's competitive play on premier courses for boys and girls 18 and younger throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Perfect for gearing up for the next high school or collegiate golf season. Available to both new and competitive golfers. Registration now open year-round. Help your young golfers find or improve their game. Sign them up today at phillyjuniortour.com.
The focus, the feel, the friends. Golf isn't just a game, it's an experience, and PGN Plus invites you to experience golf like never before. PGN Plus provides golfers with access to the area's exclusive private courses, and for existing country club members, PGN Plus enhances your membership with intra-club reciprocal play. Select your course, book your tee time, and play the best private clubs the area has to offer. Create your free account today. Visit pgnplus.com, your invitation to private golf.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're here at the Veterans Appreciation Day at North Hills Country Club, and Bob Buck is the man who heads up the Eastern Amputee Golf Association. You're the executive director, Bob. You had a lot to do in working with the people who are at North Hills putting this event together, something that you do quite frequently, right?
I've been busy for the last 29 years, having started the association that long ago, and this is one of the many events that we have, but it's the first event with North Hills and with the membership, and it's truly a beautiful day and a beautiful golf course. And we're so thrilled that they have chosen to have a Veterans Appreciation Day, and gave me the chance to invite all of our amputee veterans from the Eastern Amputee Golf Association.
How did the association start 29 years ago?
29 years ago, it started when I found out about the National Amputee Golf Championship, played in their tournament, and after the tournament they asked if I'd be the Eastern trustee, which was great. I said, I don't know what you want me to do, but I'll give it a shot. As soon as I got back from California, I formed the 501c3 Eastern Amputee Golf Association so we could develop tournaments in the area, and later we've done golf clinics for people with disabilities.
How widespread is it? How many states are involved in the Eastern Association?
We're covering 13 states, the original 13 states. We have members from 42 states and Canada. And actually we have a member from Australia who occasionally gets here to play with us. So it's a pretty good size group of.
And how many golfers are involved?
We have approximately 450 amputee members, and I'd say 269 or so, 70 actually play and come out and play with us.
Right.
So it's a nice group.
And looking at the guys, I mean, they're different ages, younger guys, older guys, from different branches of the military. If you had to, what would you say is the one link that they all share when it comes to the game of golf?
Well, number one, it's the love of the game of golf that we have, and then the camaraderie of us all having been veterans and served our country. There's something critically important about that. And it's great to get together and see each other. The other aspect of it is, all being amputees, we get a chance to find out what each of us are doing. So we learn about things that help each other, and then we learn about the tough part of the golf game and learn how to play.
Well, you know, we just kind of had a little glimpse of your golf game here, and on that last hole. Looks like things are going rather easy for you. That was a great up and down for par from behind that par 4 green.
I appreciate that. It's not the best part of my game, but it worked out pretty good.
Well, I'd say so. What is your handicap?
I am a 10.
So you didn't even get a shot on that hole. You didn't help your teammates here.
I didn't.
Bob, it's a pleasure. Thanks.
Hey, thanks so much.
Not only for
And
your
again,
service.
Thanks to the members of North Hills for this event, and especially that character Jack Conley.
Oh yeah, everybody seems to mention his name, don't they?
You got to.
Good to meet you. Yes, you are on hole 15A.
One of the veterans, a Navy veteran, who's here today is Bill Lippincott. And Bill, not only do you have an affinity for the game of golf, but also one of the instructors, your personal instructors, is Jack Conley.
Correct.
And tell us a little bit about your relationship with Jack, how it started and how it continues.
Well, I got started through a lot of rehab facilities for amputees in the military have a thing called First Swing, which gets other amputee veterans who have never played the game or have played the game a better chance of improving their game, or just start to hit the ball and all that good stuff. Get them something else better to do than just sit around around the house doing basically nothing. And a lot of pros come and do these sorts of things on their own time, with their own free will and all that stuff, because they enjoy doing stuff for the veterans. And that's what Jack did, and somehow I got hooked up with him. It worked out real well for both of us.
Tell us about your background in golf, when it began and how it continues today.
Well, it was back probably in 1980, 81 when I started playing in California with my brother-in-law. And we used to play on the courses out there in like NAS Miramar. And so it continued from there. I'd drive up to LA and play with my brother-in-law, and it was just continued from there on. And so it consistently got better and better. But since I met with Jack, I was a 6 handicap, and now I'm 15 handicap. So Jack is. Oh, did I say that wrong? No.
We get your point. So Jack has helped your game. What, in particular, what is it that he has maybe improved your game on?
The best thing is ball striking ability. Instead of like a lot of times I would just hit at the ball and not getting distance. Now, in order for great contact to be made, he's shown me different hand positions, different arms, where to put your, the wrist at impact where you're supposed to be hitting the ball. And so that improved, my distance improved. So as long as my distance improved, and, then the game improved.
As an amputee, the game of golf, what is it about golf that perhaps keeps your interest in athletic activity?
It's the physical aspect of it. It works every part of your body for one. And, not being able to play soccer, not being able to do volleyball and stuff like that, very well. This is one game that keeps me mobile and keeps my balance up and keeps, the whole well-being.
Was there a time when you thought maybe you'd have to give it up after the amputation?
Yeah.
What changed your attitude and your approach to saying, wait a minute, I just can't walk away from the game?
It was because that was the point. Is I thought to myself, I'm sitting here whining about, some problem that happened with me when there's other people worse off than I am. So why not go out and do something that I love and continue to do that? So that's what I strove to do better at what I was good at before.
Can you imagine ever walking away from the game of golf as long as you're still able to compete?
No, as long as I'm able to walk, I'll be out here playing, that's for sure.
Well, an event like this gets a lot of veterans together, people in a similar situation as you. How often do you get to see guys participate in something like this?
There's a lot of different tournaments, especially through the EAGA, which is the Eastern Amputee Golf Association with Bob Buck. They have on their website, there's a ton of different tournaments, ton of different First Swing events. So I go to a lot of them, either to help Jack or help Bob or help other instructors, and so I see them on a regular basis, which is, you build a good kinship with them, So it's always good to see other veterans still out there playing the game.
Well, I'm sure you get tired of people saying you're an inspiration, but I want to say thank you for your service, first of all. And a lot of people, I think, are behind me when we say that.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Like I said, it was my honor. You don't need to thank me.
Good luck today.
Thank you, sir, very much.
And we'll be watching.
I hope so. Thank you.
Well, Jack Conley is a military veteran, former president, PGA of America, golf ambassador here at North Hills. Where does this rank in terms of your golf career, being able to stage an event like this?
Well, it stands right to the top. I mean, when you can take care of the people who have taken care of us for so long, it's just our way of saying thank you. And I'm extremely excited that the club North Hills is backing this 100%. So we want this to be small. We want it to be successful, and maybe someday it'll grow to where we can get 24, 25 groups and really honor the people that have sacrificed so much for us.
Absolutely. There's almost, 20 military veterans here, many of them amputees, who have either continued their golf game after an accident and an amputation, or maybe picked it up. And I know you're involved in terms of giving instructions. What's that like?
It's fun. I mean, when you can mentor somebody and see that smile on their face like we all do when you have that one good shot. In fact, all of them are amputees here today. All of the 19 are amputees, and they're all golfers. They all know how to play the game, which kind of gave me the idea that it's one best ball of the four today so that they can participate and play. Most of the amputees, when they play in scrambles, so you're always playing somebody else's ball. So I want them to enjoy North Hills the way our members do.
I know you have a sense of humor. I talked to Bill Lippincott, and Bill is one of your pupils.
Absolutely.
He said you took him from a 6 to a 15.
Yeah, I practiced that when we were on the board. We've taken more independent directors from single digits to double digits, no problems whatsoever.
You're used to that.
Absolutely. So Bill's a good friend, and he's one of my good buddies, so I appreciate him.
Well, you're one of the good guys, Jack, around the country in the PGA of America. Thank you for everything you've done for golf, and in particular for this association, and thanks for your own military service.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
You know, golf course superintendents
are the unsung heroes of our great game.
Thanks to the game's efforts,
We now have turf that needs less water
and is more sustainable.
and offers natural wildlife habitats on our courses.
If you love golf like I do,
Like what I do,
thank a golf course superintendent.
Thank a golf course superintendent.
do thank your golf course superintendent.
Thank a golf course superintendent.
A message from the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America.
I'm lowering my ball so I don't get the Michael Jack shot.
Welcome back to Inside Golf from North Hills Country Club and the Veterans Appreciation Day. One of those who participated as a veteran amputee went on after his military service to serve both the city of Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania.
On November 5th, vote to keep Castille on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
Ron Castille, who has served in his day as a Philadelphia District Attorney, Chief Justice, Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and more importantly today, a Marine Corps veteran.
Yeah, I was a Marine Corps veteran. I was in the infantry in Vietnam in '67, and that's where I got these wounds. And I actually took up golf after a while. I used to play with an artificial leg, but then I threw it away. So I get up there and whack away.
Were you a golfer before the accident?
I was, yeah. I was a caddy growing up and, working in country clubs and all that. So I could play, but because of my injuries, I didn't play for a while. Didn't think I could play until finally I go out with somebody and said, yeah, come on out with us. And I whacked it around. It was good to get away from things.
Now that you're retired from the court, do you try to play as much as you can, or how often do you get out?
Well, I'm still traveling. We go down to Florida, my wife and I, and then I just haven't had a chance to play much since December 31st when I retired. But they gave me all these new clubs and everything. And
got to take advantage of that.
That's why I'm out here today on this beautiful day at North Hills.
Ron, when you think about it, somebody in your situation after the accident, I guess golf is at least something that you can do on a regular basis as opposed to maybe if you were trying to participate in some other sports.
Yeah, well, the one thing they taught me when I was in the Philadelphia Navy Hospital is how to ski on snow. So they had a regular program, and that was early on, and that's developed into a huge thing in the United States and the world. They have Olympics for it now, but that's what helped get me out of the hospital and back into the swing of things. And so is golf. You come out here, it's beautiful, and it's relaxing. It takes a while to play.
Usually you don't play in the same kind of weather conditions as when you're skiing, right?
No.
How about getting together with fellow veterans?
Well, I've always been pretty active in Philadelphia in the veterans community. I was one of the founders of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial downtown Philadelphia, and I'm in all the different veterans organizations. So I've always had a kind of a soft spot in my heart for veterans. Even when the recruiters would come over to my office when I was district attorney, they say, we want this kid in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, but he's got a little bit of a record. I said, as long as it's not robbery or murder or rape, we'll take care and send the kid off to the military. So I've been involved in veterans things, really since I got out of the Marine Corps in 1968.
Well, listen, you got a great day. You got some new clubs. Go out there and have a great time. And, of course, thanks for your multiple services.
Thank you.
From Westchester, Pennsylvania, we have John O'Brien. And, John, tell us a little bit about your background, what branch of the military, and what brings you here today to this event.
Okay, I originally hail from Kansas City, Missouri, and I enlisted right out of high school in 1983. Just had my 50th birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Enlisted right out of high school and was in the reserves in Kansas City and always wanted to fly jets. So went back to college to get my degrees in aviation technology, earned a commission, and was awarded the opportunity to fly the Harrier in 1993 for the Marine Corps. And unfortunately, in September of 93, was involved in a fiery crash just outside of Cherry Point, North Carolina. And as a result of burn infections to 36% of my left side, my left leg was amputated below the knee and left arm above the elbow. So,
were you, prior to that accident, pretty involved in athletics, in sports, as a competitor?
Well, you can imagine as a Marine fighter pilot, the degree of athleticism and how in shape you have to be able to, handle the G-forces and the rigors of flying and stuff like that. So I was pretty athletic. In high school, played football and track, and that was about it. And then college, it was weightlifting and running for the Marine Corps and staying in shape and basically doing a lot of the physical fitness requirements that were necessary.
After that accident and the subsequent amputations, what got you through?
A lot of family and friends helping. You'd be surprised how many people are standing behind you through a traumatic, life-altering event like that. And then also the therapy of golf. It's just been terrific. I was a hacker before my accident, didn't play very much, and then after my accident, started picking it up through some clinics that were sponsored, through the VA and Eastern Amputee Golf Association, and got back into golf and really enjoyed it. Swinging one arm, I learned some new things. I had some clubs fitted, and I found that not only was golf therapeutic. From a physical standpoint, helping me to navigate hills with one leg and up and down different slopes, hitting on different slopes and whatnot, and getting outdoors and getting fresh air and exercise. But mentally as well, it was a tremendous release, if you will, that, hey, I can do this, I can accomplish this. And every now and then you get a birdie, or maybe...
That happens to all of us, that.
Yeah, or maybe you only get one bogey instead of 2 or 3 or 4 quadruple bogeys, but it's rewarding and satisfying, both mentally and physically. And to me, I've always said it's the best therapy you could ever get.
How often do you play, John?
Well, unfortunately this summer, because I started a new business, this is only my second time playing this summer. But last summer, I think I was out anywhere between 10 and 12 times.
So you get together with veterans who also are, for want of a better term, not able-bodied?
Yes, I get together mostly at events like these and play with these fellas. I see a lot of the same guys, at all the different events. And I used to be in a league at a company that I worked for where we'd play on Thursday nights, play 9 holes. But that was about it. So.
And your game, we all get frustrated. Have you dealt with, I'm past that now. I'm just lucky to be out here and doing something that I enjoy to do.
I'm way past that, but I still struggle when I want to break 100, and that's my goal. Let's just break 100. I would be really happy with that, but I think I am past that. I'm beyond that. When you come out on a beautiful day like today, with the temperature and the humidity the way it is, and you're out here with fine people, it doesn't get any better.
Pleasure to talk to you. Honored, too, to be in your presence.
Thank you very much, sir.
I want to make sure he sees where my ball's at, you see.
Taking some time out from Comcast Sportsnet is Dee Lynham. Dee, good to see you always, especially on a golf course.
I was just going to say, always on a golf course, I like seeing you.
How about your involvement in this event today for the veterans? Tell us about it.
Well, actually, it's through my husband and his good friend John. We're playing with Frank, who is amazing, but when you see what all of these wounded warriors are able to do on a golf course is amazing. And my father actually has not played in this one here, but he's also participated in this, so it's just a great cause.
Goes beyond inspiration, doesn't it?
It does, really. I mean, you say to yourself, I hit a couple bad shots, but, you know, when I see Frank hit so many good shots, I say, really? Are you kidding me?
Right. And you've hit a pretty good one here. Do you mind if we follow you and see how you finish? It's always about the finish.
It's always about the finish. No, I don't mind. You inspire me to finish strong now.
Thanks, Dee. Coming up, another tip on better golf from a member of the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Is the club face position. So I'll take the grooves on the golf club.
In 1916, a small group of dedicated golfers decided to turn their passion into a business. And the PGA of America was born. Our plan was to teach golf and to run golf courses. But along the way, we learned we taught something much more valuable than a game. And we built something far more enduring than clubhouses or fairways. So now, after almost 100 years, we've come to realize that what we thought would be a success story has always been, and always will be, a love story. From the 28,000 dedicated professionals at the PGA of America to the 27 million men, women, and children who share the passion that is our business. Thank you.
Up next is Better Golf, presented by Lincoln Motor Company. Quick tips to improve your game.
Hi, it's John Rudolph, head golf professional at Fieldstone Golf Club in Wilmington, Delaware. I want to talk to you today about how you can help your bunker game. First things first is, a lot of times I'll see my students hitting bunker shots and they're changing fundamentals in their pre-shot. So anytime you change anything in your setup, you have to expect this different result. We also want to make sure that things are in a position that we're not making the shot too risky. So we have 3 fundamentals, and we'll show you a basic setup, and then we'll show you, as we have a little riskier shot here today where we need to get a little more height out of this deep bunker on the second hole, we'll show you how to do that. So first thing is we're going to have a little bit of an open stance. And when I say a little bit, maybe I'm going to point my body 5 or 6 yards left of where I intend the ball to go. Okay? The second thing is I'm going to play the ball position a little bit forward of center. And by doing that, I'm going to be able to create the height that I'm looking for. And then the third thing, and this is probably the most important and what I see the most variability with in my students, is the club face position. So I'll take the grooves on the golf club and I like to point them towards my ball of my foot on my left heel. So I'm pointing them towards the ball of the foot on the left side, and then that would be my standard shot out of the bunker. And for me, that shot's going to go about 20, maybe 25 yards. If I'm in a special scenario, this time it didn't get to the hole because I need to create a little bit more height. So on a special scenario, now I would go ahead and open the face even a little bit more, maybe get the grooves pointing towards my left toes. But keep your setup the same. It's very important. Every time you change something in a setup, you're going to get a different result. I hope this helps you play better golf.
Next up, Tom Karpus with Golf Rules. Well, we're here at Kennett Square with Tom Karpus, and we're talking rules of the game. And Tom, when you think about golf, well, you think green, but you also sometimes think yellow and red and even white lines.
Absolutely.
If the ball's on a line, the question is, where do you put it to hit that shot?
Well, here's the deal. We know that on golf courses you have 2 kinds of water hazards. You have yellow, which means if you hit it in there, you've got, other than playing it as lies, you have 2 options. Or if it's marked red, you have 2 additional options, so you have 4. You also can have ground under repair, which might be marked with a white line. And really the general principle here is that a ball is on the part of the course in which it touches. So if it's touching the white line, which is marking ground under repair, it is in the ground under repair. So therefore you would be entitled to relief. Nearest point of relief, drop within a club length, nowhere near the hole, not in a hazard, not on the putting green. No penalty. In the case of a water hazard, if your ball was touching the yellow line or the red line, now the ball would be considered to be in the water hazard. And of course, you can play it as it lies, but you've got to be careful. You've got prohibitions when your ball's in a hazard. You cannot ground your club. You can't test the condition of the hazard or any nearby similar hazard. You also cannot touch or move any loose impediments lying in or touching the same hazard as your ball. Of course, or you can just drop it under the water hazard rule as well.
We don't have a cart path here, but also when you talk about relief from a cart path, you talk about total relief, which means not only do you move the ball, but your shoes can't be touching, for instance, the cart path. Once you decide to take relief, you have to take full relief, right?
That is correct. I mean, we say interference is for the lie of the ball, your stance, or your area of intended swing. And that's for both an abnormal ground condition, like this ground under repair. It's also for an obstruction, like a cart path. So once you take relief, you've got to make sure you've got no interference from the condition.
So remember your colors when you're out on the course, be they white, be they red, or yellow, because
golf rules.
The focus, the feel, the friends. Golf isn't just a game, it's an experience, and PGN Plus invites you to experience golf like never before. PGN Plus provides golfers with access to the area's exclusive private courses, and for existing country club members, PGN Plus enhances your membership with intra-club reciprocal play. Select your course, book your tee time, and play the best private clubs the area has to offer. Create your free account today. Visit pgnplus.com. Your invitation to private golf.
Along with being stewards of the game of golf, your local PGA professional wears many hats.
We are teachers.
We are players.
We are managers.
We are merchandisers.
And community leaders.
But we all wear one badge.
PGA professionals are well-trained experts who work hard to share the joy of golf with our neighbors for over 90 years. To find your local PGA professional, visit phillypga.com. Brought to you by the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
We are the experts in the game and business of golf.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. And here, the winning team's trophy. Their names will be inscribed on this trophy that was donated by North Hills Country Club for its first Veterans Appreciation Day golf event. Certainly a story of service, honor, duty, and then some for these 19 veterans who participated today. Hope you enjoyed their stories, and all of us, I'm sure, inspired for what they've done for their country and for themselves. And a little note, you can get in touch if you're interested in finding out more about the Eastern Amputee Golf Association. They have a website. It is eaga.com. And Bob Buck, their executive director, said it is open to all amputees. You don't have to be a military veteran. That's it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. I'm Harry Donahue. See you next time here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine. It's a Jersey way of life. And Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf.